Well, did anybody notice anything different when they pulled in today? Anything? What was it? Yeah, you noticed we finally painted that little chip on the building sign? Yeah, no. Yes, the church parking lot is paved. Hallelujah. Pretty awesome. And so we had actually planned to unveil this project over the course of several weeks. We had been getting quotes for months and kind of negotiating and doing all kinds of things. And then just last Tuesday, the board on June 13th approved the project. And then that Thursday, we signed the contract. And they got back to us right away and said, hey, we can do it this week or we can wait until the fall because we have an opening. And so we're like, well, we're used to kind of waiting forever for contractors and companies to get back to us. So let's just do it. And so we went for it and started it. But here's just some background, is that this has been brought up many times over the years and kind of considered. And I've actually often been one of the first ones to shut it down and say, no, we have more urgent needs. We have some things that would much better serve our community than that, and things that are more important. And so we just felt like paving at that point where we were at a church over previous times, that it would really mostly be for our benefit, and therefore it wasn't something we were that interested, that it would mostly impact kind of Sundays, but not too much more than that. So what changed? Well, lots changed.
So 5 years ago, the lot was primarily used on Sunday mornings, and that was a good use, but now it's used pretty much every day, day and evening. And the important part of that is that a lot of those people, at least half, are people from the community. So for example, we have 2 addiction recovery groups meeting on 2 evenings. We have other community support groups meeting here regularly, like an Alzheimer's support group. We have youth on Tuesdays, which is mostly kids from the community, non-church kids and families. And then we have good food on Thursday. If you've ever been around on a Thursday, it's a little wild. There are about 70 households who come and pick up vegetables. Lots of families come in with their kids and get popcorn or coffee. We've also had a record number of community rentals, including for weddings or birthday parties or funerals or reunions. And of course, now we have well over 200 people every Sunday. So we can confidently say it's about 10 times as many people as were coming and were using the building during the week.
Yeah, and with the kind of winters we've been having and the amount of kind of plowing, our gravel was only lasting us one season at a time. And so we'd be left every spring like it was before with kind of this huge dust bowl or mud pit out there every time. And so rather than pour $5,000 of gravel into it over and over, we just decided, hey, let's just go for it. And we felt really good about it because, yes, we will all benefit, of course, as a church, but the motivation now is really that we can provide a more hospitable experience for people in our community and all those who step on the property, particularly at night, particularly in bad weather or dangerous weather, and being more people with mobility issues and handicap access. It's just way more hospitable, and also adds just great value to our tenants and our little church neighborhood that we have here on the property and the people we support with affordable housing. And so we just kind of felt the Lord give us a green light, and that it'd be worth it to kind of have it for the next 20 years. And it was already a part of our faith goals document that we had laid out. We had actually put this in the year 2025, but just the opportunity kind of came up, and it just kind of worked out. And part of that is because, as often happens as the Lord works, somebody kind of caught wind of this, that it was going on, and they said, hey, so we were just going to do the front because we're like, hey, that's all that really matters to kind of, with most of this traffic throughout the week. And they said, hey, like, if you add and kind of do the rest, I'll pitch in $75,000 to cover that. So as a bit of a no-brainer at that point. Like, yeah, sure, okay, well, we'll do that. And the cost goes down, of course, the more you do as far as the per square meter kind of thing. So that kind of really catapulted the project and became a bit of a no-brainer there. So here's where we're at. I thought we had weeks and likely months to kind of lay out this vision first as kind of a part of this larger Pave the Way kind of campaign that's going to include renovating our washrooms, a little bit of sanctuary improvement, investing in some next-gen ministries. And so I know fundraising is a lot harder to do after something's already done, because it's like, whoa, but it's already done. And I was a little nervous about that, to do it right away. But I believe enough people will have the vision of the importance of paving the way for the future of this church. And this year, we're actually celebrating 60 years as a church in this Oceanside area, which is pretty cool. And we'll talk maybe a little bit about that in the fall. And you know what? People have made tremendous sacrifice over those 60 years. And we all get to benefit from that. And I want to leave a legacy for another 60 years, should the Lord wait to return. And so it's going to take a lot to, pay for this, and then kind of pivot to our washrooms and other things we need to do with the amount of growth and use that we're experiencing. So we'll release more info. I know, some of you want like a brochure first, or like some information or something like that, and that's totally okay. We'll get that in your hands. But I also know there's some early adopters out there, and I love you, who are like, man, I want my seed in the ground. I want to be a part of this. I just want to say that I had a part in it. And so you can mark a gift, you can mark it Pave the Way if you want, or you can mark it Project Fund, and that will go directly to cover expenses related to this as we kind of go through the rest of the year.
So just to get a little momentum going, what you can do is you can mark that wherever you're giving, whether you're giving in the envelope here, in the back of the seat in front of you, or you're giving online, you can mark it Project Fund. And so Joseph and I talked about what do we want to do to commit to this too. We recognize that the building and the facilities matter for our outreach. And so we decided we're going to give 1,000 now, and decided that's part of what the Lord has asked us to do, and we're going to give more in the future. But you might just talk to your family about, what does the Lord want us to do here in this situation over and above our tithe in order to contribute to this project?
So thanks for just praying to do that. I know that's a little bit of information, but we like to kind of make sure everyone's informed and kind of know what's going on and what some of the thinking is behind all that. So we're excited just to have it done, and now we'll move forward with that.